live, or does that say live?
En vivo.
I think we're live, right?
Okay, we are live. Welcome everybody to this is my second live show ever that I've done. I think the first one we did was when we did our Revolution watch party.
Yeah, we watched the whole season, right?
Yeah, we did that with Geek the F Out. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
So anyway, welcome everybody to the Dad at Arms channel. Today we're doing a live roundtable discussion about Masters of the Universe, what we want to see in a possible, in a possible season 3, if we ever get it. So let's real quickly introduce ourselves. I'm Colt, Dad at Arms. We'll just go around. Let's start with you, Maria. Introduce yourself, please.
Well, Maria dos Lunas. I'm a fanficker, super geek, super fan of MOTU, all things MOTU, and super happy to be here.
Welcome. Let's go on to, let's just go around the block.
Hey, I'm George from the 757 Hustle Show. We deal with pop culture and a bunch of nonsense. Happy to be here. Huge He-Man fan and Skeletor, Orko, and Cringer, and everybody else.
Awesome.
I love that. Like I should be all part of nonsense too. I should just completely do everything nonsense. I'm Jay. Good to see everybody. Keep proud.
What's up, man?
Very, very. Oh, I'm good, brother. I'm good. Very happy to be here on the Dad at Arms show. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, thank you to all of my fellow discussionists, conversationalists. It is early. I can't really put words together quite good yet.
Human enthusiasts.
Welcome. Yes. Welcome everybody. So as we go, we'll kind of keep an eye on the chat and try to answer everybody's comments. But yeah, chime in with whatever you guys want to say about what you want to see in season 3. But before we jump into that, let's talk MOTU news. So
before we start that, can I just say how dapper Dad at Arms looks today? Like he looks absolutely. We're underdressed. I think the rest of us are. We didn't get the memo. We didn't get the memo that we needed.
I definitely did not get the memo.
I should have sent a memo out, but the reason is I have a church thing to get to immediately following this.
He says that, and yet he's decked out in like the most awesome pin artwork I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like,
so even when I go to church, I got to represent MOTU.
So. I made the joke about it's Meet the Press with He-Man, and then I see Colt in the suit. I'm like, damn, Sharper, looking good.
I did as a joke. I did.
All of us, like we're the rest of us look like bums. He's
all stop it. You're all. I have to wear this to compete with you guys. You all look wonderful. No, I put a poll up on Twitter asking if I should dress formal for the occasion, and the poll results came in this morning. I think it was like 63%. Yes, I should dress up. So I was already planning on doing it anyways, but I thought I'd have a little bit of fun.
In the words of Deadpool, everybody's pants just got tighter. Like seriously, some people got moist.
Well,
like,
you.
The rest of us got tighter. It's crazy.
In the words of Wolverine, shut the F up.
So yeah. Well, let's jump into it. What was your favorite reveal from San Diego Comic-Con?
Well, somebody update me. I've been like really. We've had storms here, so I've been like offline actually for a while. But what were some of the big reveals? I saw something got canceled, and
I didn't. As far as MOTU goes, I didn't see anything canceled. Oh, the postponement. Yeah, we'll jump in. That's a bit bigger issue. So, real briefly, the Snake Layer crowdfund, Eternia's Choice crowdfund, was postponed because of fan feedback, and so Mattel put out some information earlier this week how that's been postponed because they're taking fan feedback into account. So
yeah, that's a huge
was it on Friday?
I think it was on. Yes, it was on Friday
morning.
When
yes, I saw it. I was so surprised to see that, and I contacted Colt right away. Like, have you heard this? This is like, what's happening? Big
Yeah,
issue.
Yeah.
it's ground shaking for sure. But Maria, did you see any of the updates for the announcements for upcoming Origins or Turtles figures
From
from San
San
Diego?
Diego.
Yeah.
Oh, I got very excited about Classic Evelyn. Is that what we're
Mm.
calling her? Because
Mhm.
we were
Yeah.
missing that figure. She looks amazing. She looks so pretty. I think they have updated her face. The head sculpt is a bit more stylish, and I really liked it. And I think that's a fan favorite, and we were all hoping for it since
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been nearly 4 years, or
Yeah,
since it was
the
announced.
Masterverse line we've been waiting for a I think season I think first episode revelation Eva Lynn, but now she came in New Eternia, which is just as good. You know what I mean?
Right.
She looks amazing. She looks incredible. Seeing her in person just did not her pictures do not do her justice online. Once you see her in person, you guys are going to
Wow.
be like, it's gonna knock you off your socks.
I'm so excited.
Incredible. Do you have
I
any?
love what they're doing with New Eternia.
Yes,
I'm really
Yeah, New
surprised.
Eternia is a lot
I'm
of fun.
loving that line.
absolutely. I'll you know what? I'll just because I was there. I'll just go ahead and do the checklist and get everybody's reactions. So basically, let's get that one first. So Colt, what were your thoughts on New Eternia Evelyn?
I loved her. I had I knew she was coming. Somebody had told me that she was in development and that she'd likely be revealed at Comic-Con. So I was kind of expecting her, but I was blown away. I mean, she looked gorgeous. I love the classic look, but kind of a little bit of an update of the classic look. It kind of reminded me a little bit of how Mondo designs their figures, their costumes.
True.
Kind of had that vibe to it. So, and then obviously, you know, as a Tila fan, my immediate thought was like, okay, well, what's New Eternia Tila going to look like next? When ever we get to her, you know.
Right.
So,
but
yeah, I'm very excited for Evelyn.
Hustle, what about you? Any thoughts on New Eternia Evelyn?
You know what, man? I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen the stuff that's come out at the con, but I'm just pro anything that they're still making them. You know, I mean, we've been hearing rumors. Remember when the original Origins came out? Everybody was like, "It's gonna fail. It's gonna fail." You know, and here we are. I don't know how many years later. I'm running out of space.
2019 is when I believe it was 19 is when Origins debuted. So it's 2024 now, and we're still going strong with
bravo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, and we've got plenty of Masterverse, plenty of Origins, and we've got multiple sublines as well.
100%.
I mean, honestly, the reason why Colt's wearing the suit is because he's got no more room in his closet, so he's got to actually wear his clothes.
I got to wear my stuff now.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Brendan Barnes has a great comment. Obviously, hoping for Adora and crew. Really hoping Skeletor's evil warriors get more of a spotlight. So yeah, for if we're going to continue on Masterverse, the skeleton army came. Skeletor's ranks got a big boost. They brought back what were they called again, Colt? They're the
Skelecons.
The Skelecons, yeah, the Skelecons.
Kind of the bird skull face.
Yeah, they were
creatures.
They were in Revelation and Revolution, right? During the siege, and the sculpting is really nice because when you open his mouth, there's actually skulls in his beak.
Yeah, there's like that weird. It's creepy.
It's so creepy, and I love it. I think that they really worked hard. One thing I really love about, and they were talking about it a lot. Everybody who's working on these projects is a fan of MOTU. You know what I mean, or has become a fan of MOTU, and I think that's really important when it comes down to that. Maria, any thoughts on Skelecons?
Yeah, those took me by surprise. I didn't expect those ones, and well, it's like fun. I haven't heard that too much about that.
Not too much. Yeah, no, they look amazing. Maybe I'll bring up some visual.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Maybe I'll bring up some visual aids to help everybody see what's going on.
Did they bring up any? Did they display any new vehicles? I'm a big vehicle guy. Did it show any new vehicles?
I think the only new vehicle that was shown was the rattle trap that was part of the snake layer, and that's that snake looking vehicle. Adam from Battle Ram blog posted a whole history on where that concept comes from, but that who knows if we'll get that now that the snake layer is being reconfigured. But that was the only. I think that was the only vehicle I saw. I didn't see any others.
Yes. No, actually, if you're talking about vehicles, but if you're talking about like things that you ride on, they did announce, and this was a huge shock to all of us. I'm hugely surprised and happy. After what is it, almost 4 years now, like 3 or 4 years, we're finally getting a Masterverse Panther.
Yes.
That was
I forgot about Panther.
Yeah,
and it's basically the Battle Cat buck, but with a new saddle sculpt and new helmet, and it looks pretty. It looks neat.
Nice.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he looks amazing. Like seriously, he looks.
I got
a huge update. Sorry, go ahead.
I've just speaking of which, I'm glad because I picked up a couple extra battle cats, and I was like, I'm gonna paint them. I'm gonna do this, man. I got a bunch of them in the box, like waiting for love. I'm glad we got an official one coming out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Just to help us along a little bit, Colt, if you want, we can share the screen and we can go through a few of these. That way, everyone can. All right. So these pictures come from toyarc.com. They're a wonderful resource for toy news all year round. Give them a like and a follow. Tell them we sent you.
Yeah,
so some great things to talk about here. So this was they showcased all of the new and upcoming lines for a lot of these have already been announced, but it was great to see them in person. You know, the Green Goddess, for example,
Nice.
she was amazing. Thunder Punch He-Man.
Excited for her.
Yep, Thunder Punch He-Man, which some people have already gotten their hands on.
Yeah, I've got mine on the shelf here.
Yep. New Eternia Merman.
I like that merman.
Movie.
Look
Beastman,
at that head sculpt.
I know, right? Oh my god, I love the glass eyes. The glass eyes are really the big feature for me because they do this Mario thing where they keep following you.
Oh, do they do that?
I think so. Yeah,
that's cool.
See how they're looking straight at us?
Mm-hmm.
You actually see both of them, right?
That's cool. I love that.
It's really neat. And then of course we have movie Beastman, which is I've been waiting for him for so long. Oh my god!
Is it the lighting? Why is his hands white?
Oh, I think, it's
the lighting.
100%. The lights are so bright in this place.
Yeah. He looks good.
And then we have the Throne Skeletor. Actually, no, this is Battle Armor Skeletor.
Battle Armor, yeah.
Battle Armor Skeletor. I love the new helmet. Looking
and it's removable too, which is cool.
Yeah. These are all from New Eternia.
The level of detail. I mean, the dents in the saber. I mean, look at that. It's a lot of detail. I think, I don't know, my perception of New Eternia is that they are getting a lot of artistic license to play with the characters. I know they are based off earlier designs, but I don't know. Like you said, who said this? That they remind this line reminds of how Mondo creates their.
Yeah, Colt said that earlier. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I see it now. I completely see that. It's fantastic.
Absolutely, 100%. And then, of course, we come back to what are they calling him now? It's Man of War.
Man of War.
Yeah, Man of War. And Duncan looks amazing. You can see right through his visor.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. And the way his battle mace is integrated into his armor, I love all the wonderful new details they've added to this guy. Blast effects, just incredible. I love it. I love what they've done with this guy.
Yeah, the lines, the Masterverse line with all of its sublines just keeps getting better and better with every new reveal that they showcase. It just makes me more and more excited.
Absolutely.
They showed the Flying Fist He-Man.
They did.
I don't know if you've got a picture of that, but he's got a brand new armor set. He looks really cool.
Yeah, we're gonna cycle. Oh, these close-up shots are even better. Look at the detail that's on Skeletor there. I mean, like,
it's so good.
Oh my gosh, those red eyes. And
is that?
Sneer.
It almost looks like the jaw is articulated.
Maybe you're right because I can see some separation there. It'll be very interesting to see how this.
the Skeletor head that comes with the bone throne, it has an articulated jaw. To
That
it, really
Skeletor
cool.
helmet. That Skeletor helmet is that the same one that the Panther comes with?
Mhm.
The new Panther?
No, the new Panther doesn't have the curved horns. That it's a brand new helmet sculpt for
New sculpt.
Panther.
Nice.
I think he's here. Let's just take a quick look and see if he's actually in the case. Yes, he is. So we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So we'll definitely meander over there. But I love these close-ups. As you can see, the eyes start to follow you. You see what I'm saying?
That's
like the
so
glass
cool.
eyes.
Yeah.
It is really cool the way
That's very cool.
I love that. I love mermaid.
It's like they're coming straight out of the comic strips. That's the feeling that I get from these.
Yes, exactly. I love the heraldry too. Look at the two seahorses.
That's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
I love the
notice
world.
that.
The world building they're making right now is insane. I love the whole thing.
Even the shading, even the color on him, it looks like great. There's like a mixture of colors in his.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can see the speckling here on the side.
Yeah,
of the
you
screen
see that?
from
Is
the years. Yeah, they're
He
taking
looks
this
like
up
a king. He
Yes.
really looks
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
king
yeah,
of
he
the
looks
sea
very,
here,
very-
and
very regal looking.
100%.
Yes.
I totally agree. Yes.
Oh, it's gold.
Real-
Does he have gold here? This part?
Yeah, there's some
Oh.
gold paint spackling on
Wow.
those.
Yes,
fins.
right there. Yeah, definitely. It's got
Wow.
some little gold speckles everywhere. It's nice. It's really quite wonderful. All right, really quickly because it's just going to come up eventually. Thoughts on the head sculpt? Yay or nay? What do you guys think?
I'm not.
It
Not for me.
It looks better in hand, but it's not my favorite. I think my favorite Masterverse head sculpt is the one that comes with the Revolution battle armor.
Yeah,
man, the new one.
tend to
I
agree.
think that's the best. I think that's the best head sculpt we've got so far.
Well, I think this is one. This one is the most faithful to Filmation He-Man to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It looks
Like
it
in a
looks
realistic
like a good
way.
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
say that. I would say that. If they made the eyebrows darker and higher, you definitely.
They're working on the watch.
But like I say, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
That I'm saying that this is an unpopular opinion, but to me, Filmation He-Man always looks like he's my age that I am right now, and not the actual teenager that they said he was. So, if he's to be like my age, yes, he looks perfect. But, so yeah, I think this is very, very close to Filmation done in a realistic way. That's what I like about this head. This head
Yeah,
sculpt.
a little bit older, right? Definitely the where we're seeing Adam now compared to He-Man, there's a very big contrast. So I can see that. Yeah, 100%. I can see where that comes from. And then we have Beastman here. Anybody's thoughts on the likeness? I think they got as close as they could.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good, but you know what I'm saying. But compared to that merman,
True.
you know what I'm saying. This looks like just a bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. It looks good, but I don't know that.
Yeah,
Straight
I almost wish
out of the
that
movie.
I love it. Yeah.
I almost wish that he had some soft goods fur to him, kind of like Grizzlor had. I think that you've got these peeking out from under his armor. You've got this fur, but it's all plastic molded. I think it would have been cool if it was, actual soft goods.
I think you're 100% right. I think that would have brought up the price just a bit, and I think I'm happy with where they are. But it looks like he just finished his lunch. He's still got
he's got messy teeth.
Yeah, he's got messy teeth, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that kind of attention to detail. They really are diving deep into this line, and I really appreciate what the Mattel team is doing. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm really hoping for movie Tila now. Like
oh my god,
I didn't jump. Yeah, because I'm making a custom of movie Tila. I got this Barbie from the early 90s, which is the same body that they used in the 80s. And I got a He-Man from the 80s with his mullet. So I'm making movie He-Man and Tila with Barbies. And I'm so excited. And now that we're definitely going to get movie Tila at some point.
Yeah. Well, and
I'm really excited to get the two to compare.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Man at Arms was teased on the box art for movie Beastman, so
yeah,
that's They like
We're
to
getting
tease
a lot.
upcoming figures.
The chat is exploding, Cole.
It is.
Maybe you want to just throw up a couple of comments there. I think people are very excited about what they're seeing right now.
Sure.
Yeah. Actually, there's a nerd with a suit. You should definitely get his comment. I think he's a kinship with you right now, so that would be
That's right.
awesome to see his. There we
So
go.
nerd with a suit. As I've said before, I want Shikati.
Oh, Shikoti, yes.
Yeah, she'd be very cool to see.
That'd be
Cartoon
cool.
collection, right?
Cartoon collection.
But man, a Massiverse version of her would be cool too.
Well, here's a fun thing. Because he brought that comment, check this out really quickly. I'm going to find it. I will find it. Here we are. Check this out, everybody. What do we see here?
The Death Mask.
Oh, there is cartoon Ram Man. And
I
whose
saw
face
that.
is that? Whose face is that?
That is
Shikoti.
Shikoti. That is
That's very exciting.
I think that's a foreshadowing, everybody, and it comes with Ram Man, so very interesting. So I'm pretty sure that the back art is going to show that the episode of the Mask of Shikoti or Death Mask or I can't remember the name of the episode, but I think that this is a big foreshadowing for the team, and I'm really excited. He can move his head too, which is really fun.
Nice.
That's cool. Mitchell Lawrence says that he needs that snake Tila. I think we all agree with that comment.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
She looks amazing.
Her face sculpt is just out of this world too. Like they're really paying a lot of attention to detail with this one. I mean, looking at her right here, that is one of the best face sculpts. They've done a lot to. If this is actually production, holy crap! Like what they've actually been able to do.
Well, it certainly looks improved from the initial reveal images that we saw a few months ago when they first showed her.
Yes.
Mhm.
I have a few comments on that.
Sure.
Because the first one, she was like very smiley, and here she looks more mysterious.
Yeah.
Her lips are like pursed here, and she was smiling, and you can still see because I went into this pre-order in BTS, and they still have both pictures. They have the earlier pictures, and one detail that I noticed right away is that the first one we got had bigger cleavage. I think they have chickened out, and now they are making it more. They're like pulling up the cleavage line, and I thought that was like very more demure. Look.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
From the pictures
you heard it here. We want more cleavage on our Tila figures.
Don't be.
That's what she said.
That's something that I really like. Maybe it's funny that I say this, but I love seeing this side of Tila, like more rebellious and more daring. I think that's why I like Snake Tila so much. You see, there's a difference. She's more smiling in one, and I love the head paint now. She looks more mysterious.
Yeah,
those are my notes.
And I love what they've done with the eyes. They're almost like bedroom eyes, where she's like they're half closed.
She's wearing smoky eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, in the show they talked about her desires and her, Lynn was talking about how it's pure emotionally driven, right? The snake persona,
that passion, that desire, those carnal.
Exactly, carnal
human
nature.
emotions. That's what drove the snake magic brings out of people.
Absolutely.
And it was a really good moment because she uses that moment to help Tila control that magic by teasing her about He-Man, about Adam.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Just fantastic.
Witchcraft.
Oh yeah, absolutely crazy. But yeah, I totally agree. This one's a bit too smiley. The eyes are a little too wide. And yeah, the Ka headdress, I think that's where you can really see the accentuated things. And here I think they've toned it down a bit. I do agree with Maria. But still, don't be afraid,
Fantastic.
everybody. It's okay. It's all right. We can get past it. We can get past it. They did have a updated cartoon collection display, but there's nobody new here, so we're just going to move on. But it's nice to see these guys in in display. It's always nice to see that. And they did have the collector, which there are some mixed reviews on collector, but I personally am just, no matter what, excited about any vehicles that we actually get.
Yeah,
for sure.
That looks good.
Mitchell Lawrence again. He says that he hopes they make Skeletor's black armor troopers from the film.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I would army build them. That would be cool. That would be very cool.
Forge of the Nuer has actually gone ahead and forged ahead with something like that. If anybody wants to see his customized what's it called, Despot Army, if anybody wants to see the Despot Army, head over to Forge of the Nuer on Instagram. You know what? As a matter of fact, really quickly, let me just Instagram. Let me see if I can really quickly. Oh, I thought I saw it. No, it's Fergie. Forge. Let's see if I can. Nope, that's not it. Really quick. Forge. There it is.
This guy's gonna show me more stuff I'm gonna spend money on.
You gotta be careful. Look at this.
Oh, those are cool. Those are cool.
Nice.
Right?
I'm running out of step kits to sell, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, we have who is this? We have card here. This one is classics card. Customized as well. You can see he's got
he looks like he's got some new paint.
Yeah, definitely. And then check out some of the work. Look at the symbolism, right? The heraldry from the Skeletor Despot Army, right? There look at that.
That is so cool.
Right?
Nice.
So we have a bit of a mix here. We've got classics and Masterverse, because the Masterverse has the best face, right?
It does.
I mean, seriously, he has the best likeness of Frank Langella I've ever seen.
It looks great.
In a production version anyway. So yeah, if anybody's interested, check out Forge of the Nuer on Instagram. Great customizer. If you guys want to see if you guys want to just nerd out and have a geekasm, he's actually made some crazy things.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, just some amazing stuff. I always love plugging customizers because they do the best work. Check this out. You've got to see this full-size diorama of the throne room.
That's incredible.
The Great Eye, and it's all motorized. That's what's really crazy about it. So there it is. That's
wow.
This was on display. I believe it was at Los Amos in Germany. I believe that they had it there, and they actually made a full-size key. I don't know if you can see it right there.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this thing. This thing is absolutely massive.
Massive.
That is so cool.
Yeah, there he is right there, the man himself. And we can see his customized versions of the Sorceress, all of his Despot Army. We can see, I believe it's Evelyn right there. And even Piggy Boy makes an appearance. So
nice.
A lot of fun. You can see
beautiful.
the actual animation in action, but there's the full-size key.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If anything, if I have a wish list, I really want a replica key. Somebody needs to make the key of Gwildor. Somebody has to.
So I don't know. I'll have to ask, but I know Factory Entertainment, they're currently doing the life-size replicas of MOTU items. So they've done like the Havoc staff, they've done He-Man and Skeletor swords, they've done She-Ra's sword. They're currently working on a Filmation inspired sword, all life-size. I've got a couple of them hanging on my wall. But in my last interview with him, he did talk about how they're working on blasters right now from the movie, like He-Man's pistol blaster, making a replica of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they might eventually down the line do the Cosmic Key.
I'm hoping to consult with Forge of the Nuer. I mean, like just looking at him,
it just looks incredible.
This thing, you know what I mean, and it's motorized. You know what I mean. It plays the music. It does.
That's cool. That it makes the music and everything.
Yeah, the lights and sound. Wow. He's gone above and beyond with this one. So.
Yeah, Nolan says Cosmic Key with sounds would be so awesome.
Yeah, I don't think.
Going back real quickly to what we were talking about with the Battle Armor Skeletor.
Sure.
Brennan Barnes says that the jaw is articulated.
Nice.
That's cool. He also says that the new Panther also has that eye effect going on that Merman does, where they follow you.
Wow. They are glass eyes. Yes. So here he is. So we might as well bring it up then. There he is. This is Panther. and he's massive for obvious reasons. He's absolutely gigantic.
And he's got stirrups this time. They've got weapon holders, weapon carriers.
Yep, it can hold. He can hold on to a couple of what's it called? What are they called? Lances. He can hold on to a lance, right? And yeah, he's got the stirrups, as you can see there.
That's cool.
Just an amazing pack out.
Yeah, and it's not just purple; it has this spots.
Yeah, it's got some spots on it.
Yeah,
yep.
It's kind of hard to see with the light, but there are some black spots.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got ink armor too.
I'm a bit torn on that. I have to see it in person. Sorry, I did see it in person, and under the lighting conditions they had, I think it was kind of a bit jarring. I think when you get into a normal light situation, I think it looks much better. But as it was, again, this is more like a paint master, so it's not really production ready. But just seeing him there was a huge treat. And we were talking about the horns earlier. These ones don't go up anymore; they actually come down, which is more like a battering ram, which I really like.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's monster. That was good.
And it's also good to remember that this is an early version of it. So like
I want it now.
Tila, I'm sure we'll see better paint applications as it gets closer to release.
Absolutely. But let's talk about some of the other reveals. So we did talk about oh my god, she's just gorgeous.
She's amazing.
Yeah, that's what you guys are talking about. Yeah, that looks amazing. That was good.
She looks great.
And I'm pretty sure
realistic.
This is. Yes,
and she's got her cape. She's got her cape. That's very important. The cartoon collection, Evelyn does not have a cape, which is baffling.
Does the helmet come off? No, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. If the helmet came off,
somebody's got to make the white buzz cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was good though. Wow.
You can tell this is not a paint master. This is definitely tempo, right? You can see how it's almost like a dot matrix printer. So this is probably going to be as close to production as we get. I mean, even the lips, you can see that they're tempoed on. So yeah, this is pretty close.
Resting witch face.
It looks amazing. Yes,
resting witch face. I love it. You see all the heraldry in her, like the skull work on the.
That looks good, man.
On the waist,
even the front belt. I mean, the detail on everything, the pads, everything. Wow.
So that belt design looks like they're getting ready to announce a DC Universe crossover.
I was going to say, you beat me to it.
Symbol,
I was going to say she's dating Batman, right? She was.
That's right.
She's cheating on Skeletor with Batman right now. But yeah.
Well, Batman does like the bad girls, so.
And look at all the intricate detail on the armor set too. Like I love the.
Maria, do you approve? Is that your approval?
Is there
based on the other
there for you?
Yeah. Yeah, she's all legs. I love that.
It's interesting.
I really like this one. This look is it has like the classic Evelyn look, but also like from other comics. So they like are building these elements into it and making it barbarian fantasy look that I love so much. Yes, New Eternia really caught my eye. And and I really like that the face sculpt is not cartoonish. It's very
realistic.
Yeah, live action replica almost, right?
Yes.
So but realistic.
She's even got almost a skeletal. She's even got skeletal features though a little bit. You know, that's a little bit more sunken in. The nose is a bit
true.
More,
yeah, she kind of has that. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, and I like the fact they gave her nail polish. I think that's really fun. But I really like the fact that she came off her base. I don't know where did I put it here. It's around here somewhere. She came off her base, but she's so well balanced that she's actually doing this kind of like toe hang thing off the side here, and it looks so. Cool. It was really nice to see it in person. It's almost like she was coming alive. You could actually see her. She came off the actual glue. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Up there. And again, the cape. Oh, just it's that little touch you need for Evelyn, right?
Yeah, she needs a cape.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't come with the original Evelyn. Did not come with a cape, but now you can't unsee the cape. You need the cape now. It's part of her character. This was funny. Did anybody notice this? I think Beastman has gone on a diet.
He is more thin.
really
Yeah,
lost
he
a lot
looks
of weight.
lean. I think this was the most surprising reveal to me because we already got the Revelation Beastman, and then we got the new Eternia Beastman, and now we're getting another new Eternia Beastman. I think he looks great. I was just very surprised to see another Beastman in the lineup.
The last one from New Eternia, was he more beastly? Was he?
He
Is
was
that the one
huge.
I'm remembering?
Yeah,
Like
he was
huge?
huge. He had the
It was-
So he
fur.
has
He
like
had like the wolf bear headdress.
yeah, almost like he converts from like more anthropomorphic to more beastly. Like he has
Yeah.
those two versions. Yeah.
He was very 2000X ish. You know what I mean? Where he was like much more
Yes.
hunched over. He was like a big beast. This one, I think they're coming back to the original Beastman, and I think maybe fans have been asking about that. But I've been
so
coming to call this
if
guy.
you go ahead.
Just really quickly, I've been coming to call him Son of Beastman because I think he looks
Okay.
more like a younger Beastman than he does the more current Beastman. But go ahead.
I was gonna say he looks with his armor and his his wrist armor, his shoulder armor. He looks like the Lords of Power version of Beastman.
Yep.
Is I think what they're going for. Even in the face has more of that monstrous Beastman face that the Lords of Power head sculpt has.
And it looks more like Filmation Beastman. This one.
Yeah,
More
he's definitely
influence on his face.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that belt. That belt is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Hustle, you're kind of quiet. Well, you're not you're taken aback by this guy, or you're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. Hustle, you're on mute.
George.
There we go.
You go. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm just. You're right. First of all, I was on mute, so you guys missed all the good jokes. But anyway, I was like, damn, that was a good one. Why didn't I not laughing? And but I am blown away, and I still think I prefer the bigger, broader Beastman. But I do love. I guess was that a mace he's holding? Some sort of
Morningstar.
Yeah, and the whip. The fact that he's got the articulated whip instead of just the
I like
shoe
that
string.
instead of the screen. Yeah,
Instead of so because the other Beastman just came with that little dental floss.
Yep.
But,
I wonder if we could hope that this might be a wired whip, but I don't think so. It's coming really.
It looks like it's just sculpted.
Yeah, but it looks gorgeous. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I said earlier, man. The fact that they're still making this is what the third, fourth Beastman. The fact that they're still making MOTU action figures is a blessing, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then we have some snake heraldry in his belt with this onyx. Like this, there's something going on there, like with that giant belt that he's got on.
Now, is it a translucent stone with something beneath it that shows through?
It looks like something inside. Like
that's cool.
Yeah, that is
that.
crazy. Yeah.
It looks like it's not painted over, but behind it, and it's like a clear piece of plastic, and it looks a lot more polished.
It looks like his classic medallion. Design.
I was going to say
is that what's going on?
That I think this represents his medallion now, and I thought that's what this was right up here. But I think this is less so compared to this is massive, right?
Yeah, because that design underneath the translucent stone definitely evokes the design of his medallion.
Why would he have two snake heads though? I mean, that's weird.
Yes, that's the other thing. There's some snake heraldry there, so I'm wondering if this is actually part of the snake cult. And then something he's claimed it or something. There's a lot of world building here. Even the gauntlets have a little bit of that flourish, right? So
I think it would be really cool to see more. We got the Masterverse comics from Dark Horse, the 4 issues, where it kind of went into the lore of these new Eternia toys. I'd like to see that continued. Just get more and more of the new Eternia lore, because the little bit that we get on the packaging on the back of the boxes isn't enough. It's tantalizing.
My guess is that there will be comics, new Eternia comics.
I think so too. I think we'll get more.
And like Jay said, there's a lot of world building into the figures. The detail, it's telling you a lot of things about their past and their background. the amount of detail, and I love the paint that they are using on this Beastman. I don't know if you noticed, there's yellow and orange and deeper orange. It's like 3 layers of color.
Yeah, it's a
Look
good.
at
Did they
that.
paint? Are Evelyn's fingernails painted? Sorry, Maria. Sorry. Can you go back? Are Evelyn's fingernails painted? I mean, I think it's the first time we've seen any action figure with their fingernails painted.
Yeah. Jay was talking about that earlier. How her
Tila
fingernails are
also,
painted.
Snake Tila also, I think.
Yeah, I think that,
Snake Tila has some.
Yeah, I also think that Skeletor's fingernails are painted. So I mean, it was harder to see, but yeah, they're doing a really great job with adding that again, a little bit more real world situation. So I really,
Girl, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. She looks so good. Rounding off the Masterverse reveals, we definitely got this guy, and he looks badass. Like
he looks amazing. Flying Fist hasn't ever been a favorite He-Man variant for me, but this one, it's a must. It's a must get. Like, it looks incredible.
Like
the shoulder pads.
Mm-hmm. I love. And somebody said earlier, I'm trying to find the comment, but they said with those lion shoulder pauldrons, it makes them think of
Revolution.
Tila from Revolution.
Yes, that's what I saw when it first.
I'm pretty sure these are the Eternia, the
lions, right?
Yeah,
and that's what Tila wears.
Yes, and if you look closely, he's got the same heraldry right here on his top belt.
Yep.
Right. So
cool.
A lot of world building here. It's pretty incredible. The sash is beautiful now. You know what I mean? Like,
is that a molded sash? Could you tell, or is it cloth?
I think it's
looks molded.
Plastic.
It looks molded.
Plastic. Yeah, it's plastic. Yeah, which is unfortunate, but still,
cool.
It goes within the realm of what he's all about, right? So
yeah,
but it's
these new boots
textured. It's textured.
Yes.
Can you?
100%.
Yeah, it looks like it's plastic, but it looks like it has texture, like
it's got wrinkles in it.
Texture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a pattern on it for sure. Yeah, 100%. Which is why we were sort of like, is that cloth, or is that, from afar? It's like, wow, that looks amazing. The boots are
burlap.
Yeah. Yes, burlap. Exactly.
Yeah, it kind of has that look to it.
Yeah. The boots.
Bursack.
the boots look like he's been shopping at Extendar's tailor. Yeah, I love that. I love the additional and of course this. I mean, classic. I wonder if it spins.
I'm sure it does. It's got to spin.
Looks like a big enough. Yeah, it looks like it's got a big enough groove.
There's a gap.
Part.
Yeah, there's a gap in between the shield and the spinner.
Yeah,
and then his fist weapon. Oh, I didn't notice the gold fists. Yeah. That's cool.
He's got new gold fists, which is really
cool.
They're like knuckle dusters too. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. And of
he's
course,
ready to throw down.
Look at that! Holy,
and that's been updated.
Yes, it's got nice new shiny balls.
Mm-hmm. We all like shiny balls.
We all like shiny balls. But he's got a
angled.
What were you talking in this round table? Oh, we were talking about this.
We're talking about shiny balls.
Got to get back on topic.
He-Man.
But yeah, I love
that. Back on top.
Yeah, we're talking about
Tila's cleavage.
Yeah, Tila's cleavage and shiny balls, and Evelyn's legs.
This is an adult conversation, everybody. Adult conversation. We got the dapper gentleman in the corner. He'll take your orders. But yeah, he's got the spike. He's got everything about this is just like a melee weapon gone haywire. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
it looks really cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. And then of course we got Roboto.
And he's got interchangeable faceplates, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I'm really hoping the gears work. I'm really hoping the gear system works. That would be so cool if it did.
I think they work on the Revelation Roboto, so I'm sure they'd work.
Yeah.
Oh, that gun looks cool.
Yep, there's that faceplate replacement you mentioned.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
And the extra hand, and yeah, that blaster looks amazing. It's got extra, and it can double as a spray gun. You can actually hit cars in his spare time.
He's a roofer on the weekends.
Yes.
Can you go back to the first picture with his face? So I shared this picture on Facebook. I was like, "Oh, look, this was released," and then I can't unsee it now when people said somebody posted the wasa with a tongue
Yeah.
sticking out. So now I can't unsee that. Look at Roboto. Now you can see his eyeballs. You know, like wasa.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so great.
Can't
Maria,
make
You
it
you need to be our age to understand that reference. I mean,
Yeah.
thoughts on this,
Definitely.
Maria?
Good
What are your
detail.
thoughts on this version of Roboto?
well, I think this one looks more 80s look, right?
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
more of a homage to the original figure,
Yes,
but also
yes.
with a lot of influence from Revelation,
wasa.
right?
He does. I think
can't
I think you're
see it
spot
now.
on. It's a good mix. It's a good mix between new and old for his design.
It reminds me of the Trap Jaw figure with the mouth open.
Yeah,
and
with the
tongue.
tongue, with
yeah.
his tongue
Yeah.
hanging out.
See?
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
And I see exactly where Maria's coming from. Like the legs specifically look very much from the original '80s toy, right? There's a lot of callbacks here, and yeah, he's definitely going to be a fan favorite as he always is. So he, especially the translucent armor. Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely
really good looking.
It's always fun.
That's like the
Can
essential
you
feature.
can
I
you
mean,
go back
that's
to
most-
his weapon? Can you go back to his weapon attachments? Yeah, yeah. That axe, it almost looks like a spinner. Now,
I think it
with those
is
two
a
small
spinner.
blades.
I
That's
think
cool.
it is a spinner. I think it's spinning
like
on
that.
the axis. Yeah,
Yeah, that is cool.
that is crazy, right? And his signature claw. I mean, like
Mhm. And it's bigger. I like how it's bigger, and it kind of has a 2000X vibe to it as well.
Yeah.
And again,
all-
the dents on the weaponry.
Mhm.
Did you see that on the blade?
Oh, yeah,
Like the
yeah.
dents.
the
Yeah, so it doesn't look so plasticky, you know.
Mhm.
It adds dimension to it.
Yeah, it gives
I'm gonna say the toy designers are having so much fun doing
Mhm.
this. I mean, I think like they're having the time of their life,
Yeah.
putting so many details. And if they ever see how we geek out about what they're doing, they will be very pleased to
I
see
think
our
so, too.
reaction.
Am I correct in saying that this is I really liking this gunmetal black in this gunmetal gray instead of that pearlized
Silver?
type of metallic plastic they're using before.
I
really
agree. I like that gunmetal black too.
Yeah, I think it's really looking much more stylish. You know what I mean? Like
I would have
It's
neon
a
yellow.
different paint.
Safety. Per OSHA and
we got to see Extendar, and then we got to see Voltec. I thought Voltec was a surprise.
Yeah, he looks pretty. He looks cool.
Yeah, I think he's cartoon collection though. If you look at the legs, I think Voltec.
Oh
is
yeah.
quite a
He's definitely cartoon collection.
Yeah, and I love his little buddy here. That
looks like he's. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but he reminds me of another character from another cartoon entirely. Like he looks like some sort of mean machine from some other cartoon. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the ghosts from Pac-Man. You know what I mean? Like they got those weird.
A little bit, yeah.
The ghost from Pac-Man, the kind of the robot from Black Hole, and kind of Max Robo, the toys.
Yes, I think you got it. The robot from Black Hole. It's like an amalgamation of all those things.
Their baby.
Robot MOTU print says the robot from the Jetsons.
There you go.
The wings on Voltec.
Go ahead, Maria.
I'm sorry. This little robot, I think I've seen it. I mean, I kind of have this visual memory of it because I watch a ton of She-Ra in my time. So I like a background character sometimes, like a Roomba, the cursor of Roomba.
You're probably right. That's probably exactly where it comes from. Because again,
Sure,
this is cartoon collection She-Ra, right? This is definitely.
Is that his name in Mexico? Roomba? Stop.
Yeah.
Stop, Maria, stop.
Roomba.
His wings look like they're the same ones from the April O'Neil Turtles of Grayskull, the Sorceress April. They look the same sculpt.
I have a bit of not a problem, but I think that it's a bit too realistic for the character. I think that because this is cartoon collection, but I know why they did it. It's to save money, right? It's
right. Reusing parts,
production design. But
I'm going to tell you where I've seen those wings in the original. I got the wing. What's the name of the Pegasus? She has Pegasus.
Yeah, what's it called? Swiftwind.
Swiftwind, yes. I
Oh.
had that. I had that particular figure, and the wings are exactly like those. Of course, with a different paint, but
Huh.
that's exactly like the wings on that horse. Yes, Swiftwind, from the 80s. Yes, that's where I've seen these exact wings.
They look fine. I just think that they're a bit too detailed for a cartoon collection. That's just again, that's just me being me. I'm just me. Got a lot of comments coming in now, Colt. Holy
Mhm.
crap!
I'm gonna
A lot
pop
of
one up
people
right here.
commenting on all these.
Saying
He's the wrong color.
he's the wrong color. This is the incorrect color that James E. Talk and Dusan put in their book. Dusan believes the designers must have used the book, which is different to what was in the cartoon.
There's time though. This is a paint master. You can tell because paint is actually chipping off. So
Okay.
so there's time to fix him,
Mm.
right? You can actually see right here. The
Yeah.
paint is literally rubbing off of the of this side and coming onto this side. So even the wings, they were repainted on the fly. I think he was literally his hands, you can see all the paint just coming right off. So there's time to fix this if that's actually the main issue. However, we do know that a cartoon Evelyn is still yellow. So I know I hope they have time to change it.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Somebody said, Nolan said that these wings make him want Queen Angela.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
of
my
course.
god, Queen Angela.
Queen Angela would be cool.
That would be so neat. Oh my god.
Yeah, with the really cool wingspan.
Yeah. And then we found out Rio Blast is a thing. Rio Blast is
I love
coming.
Rio Blast.
Oh my God.
I'm glad we're finally getting him. And he's
Yeah.
got the hollowed out chest thing, not like the classics Rio Blast was awful.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I think they tried something different, right? Just
They did.
swappable pieces, right? But
Mhm.
I'm glad that all the gimmicks are here. You know, like
Yes.
the chest cavity. You know, the
the
leg
thigh
cavity,
cutout.
right? Like he's wholly everywhere. He's the holy version of of Real Blast.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been hoping for this guy, and he's finally become even his hands. You see they come out of his forearms as well.
Mhm.
Great stuff. Great
Yeah.
stuff.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Gives me hope for Brave Star, right? Gives me hope for
Man, if we could get an official Brave Star, like add it to the Origins line already, Mattel.
Yeah,
That would be
exactly.
incredible.
I mean, they announced something amazing at the end of the panel. I'm hoping they
Mhm.
announce eventually that because they could live in that universe. They really
could.
could.
Yeah, it all blends together very well.
Maria, any thoughts on Real Blast?
What I'm seeing is that they are taking advantage of the technology, the toy technology that we have now that we didn't have in the 80s.
Yes.
And they are able to give us more detail with a lot more movable parts, even in the cartoon collection, which is kind of Origins, but a little more sophisticated. That's what I think. And yeah, I compare these to the original line, and this is enough like the 80s figure, but it has its own flavor, and it's like a lot more. It's like more sophisticated flavor, I would say.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Looks really good.
No. Colt, if you want to go back a little bit, 1141 Vexen Toys. He actually had a really interesting take on Evelyn. I think that's neat. And
the single jointed elbows.
no, a little bit further up. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
2025 figure of the year. Honestly, I think she's in the running. She looks amazing.
Yep.
She looks absolutely amazing.
I agree with that.
Thank you everybody for joining us this morning. I know it's very early, and a lot of people in the chat, and everyone's really. I think everyone's really excited, guys. I think everybody.
I think so too. And I think this is something I talk about often with people. I know me and Maria talk about it a lot. You know, as much as people have talked about MOTU being dead and these toy lines dying out, you know, we're living in such a cool moment of time where we have so much Masters of the Universe toys and things going on. It's really exciting. And And San Diego, every big convention that comes out, we just see more and more, and I'm always just so blown away.
It's a
Absolutely.
running joke already. It's a running joke now. Like, you see how dead is this line?
Yeah.
Whenever they announce a different or something
These are
new,
garbage.
it's like
These are
very
garbage.
dead.
These are garbage. These are trash. Classics are the best. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
No,
I
it's
sold
just
my
Love it
like,
all.
hustle.
you
I
see,
love it all.
Yeah, I love it all.
Yeah, it's just you can't satisfy anybody, man. Like
You can't. It's
somebody's always
Yeah.
going to have something to complain about. That's just human nature, right? That's just
Mhm.
that's just the way the world works. We all want more. We all want everything that we can't have, and then when we get it, it's like, oh, but there's something wrong with his face. Oh, there's something wrong with his sculpt. Oh, why can't
Yeah.
this be Masterverse? Why are they waiting? And it's like, come on, guys. Like they're doing everything that we're asking, and then when you get it, you keep complaining. It's like, come on, you guys
Yeah.
nobody can be satisfied. Nobody can be satisfied.
They
Right
get it
stuff.
for. I bet some people will get it for free and they still complain. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
Not me. Over here at the 757 Hustle Show, we take all the free we can get. That's all.
All right.
One thing that I think we need to, before we get off of Masterverse completely, is the new Fisto that they revealed as well.
Yeah. There are no pictures here though, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look for more of those. But I did want to showcase this big guy. He was
Yes.
actually on display, and he's
And
massive.
he was revealed quite a while ago.
Yeah. But looking at him in real life though, he's huge.
Is he big?
Oh, he's massive. He is
That's awesome.
massive. Like, look, if that's his foot next to look how big his
Yeah.
hand is compared to
Oh yeah.
Panther's foot. Like, he is literally massive. Like, it's
That's
crazy
cool.
how big he is. Let's see if we can get a quick shot. What happened there?
What do you call it? Horde Trooper?
Yes, the
Yeah.
Horde Trooper. Yeah. There. Here's a good one. Look how big he is compared. Like, that's him standing next to Panther. Like,
Yeah.
He's big.
That's
like,
monster. Yeah, that's big.
I can see people building armies with this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
I would say, yeah. I would say
Yep.
he's a little thicker than the Beast Man we were talking about earlier.
Did
I
we
think
ever
so,
discover?
definitely.
Have they ever
Yeah.
revealed if the head sculpt is actually, because they show that picture with the mural, and underneath, is that a young Hordak, or is it just a trooper?
I think it's just a trooper. I don't think it's supposed to be. I don't think it's supposed to be Hordak in the armor.
Oh, you think down the line we'll get the He-Man hidden from the movie? He-Man
that
with
would
the head.
I think in the cartoon
Oh, I love
collection for
He-Man.
sure we'll definitely get him.
100%. I think so as well. And then we also got. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially since they revealed the She-Ra and Hordak cartoon collection figures.
Yes, I'm going to try and find those so we can have a really nice look at those, but probably go to Toy Habits. But here we have Demo Man and Geldor. These two were quite the pair as well. And I love the fact that Demo Man comes with a whole bunch of different swappable heads. I think
it's interesting.
Really neat. So if you mix out on an Alcala head, you can actually get him with Demo Man. It's actually really neat that you can actually do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Does it have the same shiny gemstones in the sockets as the
what?
So
In
the
the
Keldor in the eye sockets, the Keldor Rise of Evil 2-pack that came with Cronus for Origins, it had some shiny gems set into the eye sockets.
Yeah, I don't think this one does.
Of that head sculpt. It doesn't look. I can't.
I don't
tell.
think so. No, it looks like they're just deep inset eyes.
Yeah.
But that can change, right? I mean, it's still pretty early development. Geldor looks really cool. I like his face actually. He's got that very animated face. You know what I mean? It actually looks really neat.
Yeah, that looks really neat.
Yeah.
Going back to the Trooper, MOTU Print says it would be amazing if the head is swappable on the Trooper. I'm sure it will be. The heads pop off.
Yes,
and are swappable with other Masterverse heads. So I'm sure you could put He-Man's head on it.
Yeah, and maybe that solves the whole situation, right? Maybe you can actually just put a He-Man head.
Just make your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they need to make it so we complain about it.
All right, and then talking about Princess of Power, that was a big feature here because, as you can see here, what's called Hordak is the big feature on the new backing cards. So it's
Which
definitely
is
going
so
to be
cool.
so amazing on that level. And then of course we got, oh my god, beautiful reveal of Catra for the cartoon collection. I think a lot of people have been waiting for her, and she actually comes
and the classic design of Catra, which is the prime design of Catra, in my opinion.
Filmation.
It's how we all knew her.
Yeah.
And she does come with her transformed version too, which is amazing. That's never happened.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's a first.
I know, never happened before. Not even in classics. She
Nope.
never had a transformed version of herself in classics. So, but opinion, is she too small? Because if you remember the first scene in A Secret of the Sword,
yeah, she does look small. She should probably be the same size as Cringer before he
at least Cringer size,
right?
In my opinion, because when Battlecat tackled her in The Secret of the Sword, she was about half his size, right? I think she might be a bit too undersized here. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think you're right. I think it's undersized. She could be at least up to the knee on the figure itself.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bonus for us fans, but not like it looks like an
already complaining.
I still like it. I still like it. It's a good thing for the display. But if we need if we got real size Catra in this form, it should be it probably would be sold separately. Right?
Yeah, probably.
Like it happens.
You know what?
Motu Print says it's a shrinky dink cat. Just put it in some water and it grows.
Well, when you think about it, Queen Marlena came with a very subdued Cringer, right? He was really small, right, on the classics.
Yes.
So maybe this is somewhat of the, and it really comes down to price point too, because I think, she's gonna be a regularly priced figure, and I think this, as Maria said, this is just a bonus. This was just for us as fans.
It's one of those things, you know. I remember when toys used to come with like little buddies packed in with them. The Ninja Turtle toy line did it a lot, where they'd have little pack-in buddies. The Ghostbusters toy lines did it a lot. That's kind of what this reminds me of.
Yeah, 100%. We had some real big fan favorites here, of course. My absolute favorite, Manny Faces. Love him. And I love the trash can style dome he's got on. I love that. It's so much fun. And I think that they did the head turning mechanic much better. The whole top here turns. So I think that's a lot of fun.
That's cool. So
looks like a cosplayer. Cosplayer figure.
I love that though. I love the fact that he looks like a cosplayer. And then there's Montana. Montana looks amazing. It's a Filmation style Montana.
Yeah, he looks really cool.
He looks really cool. I don't think we're gonna get.
I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I don't remember if the original figure Montana, was there an original figure in the 80s, and did it have 4 legs or just 2? I don't remember it.
Oh, he had 4 legs.
Yeah, he had 4.
That's actually how I realized he had 4 legs, because I remember as a kid having the original Montana toy, and I'm thinking those are weird looking legs because they were stuck together. So I always thought he only had 2 legs. But then when I watched the She-Ra cartoon, I realized, oh man, he's got 4 legs. Then I looked.
If I recall, they didn't open, but they were like glued together. It was like
they were glued together.
Yeah, they were glued together. Yeah, I remember having Montana and Leech, my first 2 hordes.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, 4 legs with the bug eye feature.
Yeah. And then I'll pull up a couple of other images later, but I think overall, guys, I think that we've covered most. Like we could talk about Turtles of Grayskull until the cows come home.
For sure.
Yeah.
All we need to know. I mean, I think the takeaway is that MOTU is going strong for a good while. This is just Masterverse and Origins that we've been talking about, but yeah, there's Turtles of Grayskull. There's the new Reptile Wars, which is basically just a continuation of the toy line, where they bring in the Snake Men, which is super cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be broke.
There's something for
And
everyone.
then they announced the Thundercats crossover, which is super exciting.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's going to be a toy line similar to Turtles of Grayskull, but I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's going to be 5.5. It's been the most popular line that they've had,
Mhm.
and
Is there any
Look
other?
at Mikey has that snake armor from the Snake Skeletor from 2000X.
Yeah, it's a foreshadowing.
What did they actually officially say about the Thundercats MOTU crossover?
Nothing.
Is it a toy line? Is it a
Absolutely nothing. They said nothing about it. All they did was show a clip, and I think Damon Nee might have said in an interview with Pixel Dan that they're working on it, but that's as far as they took it. They didn't reveal a lot. Really quickly, out of all of the characters, I mean, these two are definitely my favorite standouts from the Turtles of Grayskull, Shredder and Ninjor. I was like, that's Ninjor
with a dragon thing going on.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's
incredible,
super cool, super cool,
so good.
Looks like the old Warrior Beast figures from the 80s.
Yeah,
what were they called? Looks like that line.
The Galaxy
those
Warriors.
Guys. Everybody else besides MOTU.
Yeah. I really like the foot soldier with the King Hiss body, but like the 4 arms.
Yeah, he looks ridiculous.
He looks really cool. Yeah, that one.
This is King Hiss on steroids. Like he is.
Yeah, I mean that's fantastic. And then you've got the added foot soldier body there.
Yeah, the infiltration.
Yeah, just so cool. And we've got more versions of the core 4 turtles coming.
Yeah,
like powered up versions, obviously.
Yep.
They've got like mystical attacks.
Armor. Yep, they've all got snake armor. It's really cool.
So cool.
Yeah, he's got little.
I just want to say I'm surprised because developing one figure, like all the molding, all the sculpting, all the tests, it's very expensive to get, and every figure is different. It has a very distinctive look. Even the head sculpts they have like a lot of detailing. Even the turtles are quite different. Are like if I see it correctly, they have like an expression of their own. Each one of them, or not?
All expressions, all of them.
Yeah, so cool.
Yes, and I'm surprised. Like if Mattel is making an investment like this, it surely is paying off. We are paying for it.
I agree.
Exactly.
100%. Even Clamp Champ has got an entirely new body, right? Like they've really invested a lot into this line, and Turtles is the toy line that keeps on giving. Everybody's eating at the table with Turtles. I mean, how many toy companies have Turtles right now? Best Action, NECA, Super 7, Mattel, right? Everybody who's ever touched a toy line right now has some sort of iteration of Turtles. It's crazy.
And what's interesting is even outside of the toy realm, there's so many other crossovers. Like in the comics alone, you've got Turtles crossing over with Batman. You've got Turtles crossing over with Power Rangers. You've got Turtles crossing over with Naruto. I saw.
Yeah,
that was just announced.
Wow.
I mean, Turtles is a bankable franchise, and I'm excited to see it.
I think because of the timing. Turtles got us when we were like early teens, or well, I think I was 12 or something like that when it came out, at least here in Mexico. So it connects like the kids of the 80s with the kids of the 90s and beyond.
It's a transitional
like Turtles with Naruto. Yes. Exactly. That's why I think it's so. It's like a binding matter between generations, and I think that's so cool.
It's a gateway toy.
Yeah,
it's
Turtles,
a gateway toy to plastic crack.
Yeah, and
Turtles is the toy line that we went to after Masters, right?
Yes,
I think a lot of
it has a very deep connection with Masters because somebody help me here. The original designer of the Master Universe, he actually went over to Playmates and actually designed the Turtles.
Turtles that's right.
What's his name? Shoot, he passed away recently.
Taylor? Was it Mark Taylor?
Mark Taylor, yes, Mark
Yeah,
Taylor was the original design of the first 4 turtles.
I think you're right.
So
I think you're right.
they have, that's why they have the muscular structure. That's why they have the squat pose,
Mhm.
right? That's actually, that comes from Mark Taylor.
Hmm.
So they're intricately tied together. Master Universe and Teenage Mutant. This was a perfect marriage. I was saying when it first happened, I'm like, oh my god, everything's come full circle. Like everything has come full circle. It's crazy.
Yeah,
So
it's a wonderful time to be alive.
it is. And one thing about
And you
turtles,
know what?
go ahead,
You
Maria.
know what? This toy line. Ah, look, there are the wings. They're using the same
Yeah,
wings
the
in the
wings.
cartoon collection. I see that. Well, I was saying that this toy line, I think, will bring younger fans to MOTU. I mean, people who were not He-Man kids, uh, are getting into this line because of the turtles, which is
Yeah.
so cool.
Kids love turtles.
One thing about turtles, I was going to say. Thank you, Maria. You're absolutely right. And the reason that makes so much sense is because every generation has had a turtles of their own, right? The '90s had a turtles, the 2000s had a turtles, the 2010s had a turtles, and now the 2020s has a turtles. It's been an ever evolving toy line and cartoon, and every single generation has its own version and has a love for it, which is why Super 7 is now bringing out the 2010 turtles. It's
Right.
actually pretty crazy how these things are evolving and moving so quickly.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
And I was
Um,
surprised before we move on. I was very surprised. I have a little girl. She's 7 right now, and we went to see Mutant Mayhem,
yeah.
and she really enjoyed it. She was so happy. And then I think before we saw that one, we watched the 90s live action movies, and I
Mhm.
thought she was gonna get bored with it. No, she was really into it, and she was um, really enjoying the movie. That was very surprising because sometimes when we are very nostalgic, we want to show that to our kids, but it's not really their the same even narrative rhythm. It's quite different, but she really enjoyed that. So I can understand why the turtles is kind of goofy, but also action packed. So it has something for everyone. I think that's why it's so
It's one of
successful.
those franchises that is able to reinvent itself for new generations just enough without losing the core tenets of what makes us
Yes.
love it in the first place. And I
Absolutely.
think Turtles is a very fascinating thing to study in terms of staying power.
Yeah.
It's didn't they say it's like the fourth or top fourth like superhero world building, like there's Marvel, DC, and all that, and then they said like the Ninja Turtles. I read one of those documentaries on Netflix or something. It said that Turtles is like in the top 5 of world established generational,
Yes.
where every, like you guys are saying, every decade has, and it's been always there. Like Star Wars is there all after the 90s. Star Wars was always there for every generation. Every 10 years got reintroduced to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. But I think we should definitely move on and talk about what we're really here to
The
talk
main
about.
event. Let's talk about the main event.
And now we're in.
Okay. So we've seen the Revolution. Currently we have from Dark Horse the Masters of the Universe Revolution prequel comic that shows the history of Skeletor and Hordak and kind of how Keldor became Skeletor and all of that. Going forward, and the reason I wanted to do this is I think a lot of us were kind of expecting to hear some sort of news at Comic-Con about the future of this storyline of Revolution going forward. The show ended with a big tease of Despara talking with Hordak in his back to tank thing. And as a lot of us know, Despara is
Spoilers.
Yeah, I mean it's Adora, and in the Eternity War comics, Despara was Maria.
The Explorer?
Maria, it's true.
So shocked. She's shocked.
My internet cut out. Did you say she's Dora the Explorer?
Yeah, she's Dora the Explorer.
Spoilers,
So,
damn it.
another crossover opportunity. It's crazy. No, but I think immediately what every fan out there expected was to see She-Ra finally rejoin her twin brother, right? I think that's what we're all hoping for. So the discussion now I want to turn to, what do we want to see in a possible season 3 if it is announced?
I think the chat is gonna fire up with this one.
I think so too.
I want to start off by saying this. Not story wise, but visually wise. They finally gave us He-Man in his battle armor. I wanted to see that more than just a 1 minute montage. Maybe a full episode.
We need some more battle armor for sure.
Yeah, or if you're gonna show him the vehicle and the costume, show it more than that quick 2-second montage. Especially if you're gonna sell us toys. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's the issue with the 5 episodes. I think we just didn't have enough time to showcase all these big moments, because they had to move along to carry the story forward. So hopefully, I mean, that's the first thing I want to see in season 3 is I want to see at least 10 episodes. I want to see more.
Yeah. Especially if it's going to be the final one. It definitely will need more than what we got last time.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that when you interviewed Ted Biaselli, I don't know, like one of the interviews you did like a year ago, maybe, he was saying that whatever happens, they know what they want to showcase. They know the story they want to tell. So they definitely have something rounded up. And I want to see it. And I want 10 episodes. Yes, I want 10 episodes. 5 was such a roller coaster. It was action-packed. It was a lot of information. The first time I saw it, I was, dumbfounded. I was like, somebody like punched me in the face, and I was like staring at the TV when the credits were rolling up. I was trying to absorb everything that happened so fast. So I had to rewatch it to really grasp all the information that we got. And I want to be able to let it sink, to let it settle, to enjoy it more. That's why I think we need 10 episodes, at the very least.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I just want more MOTU. They can tell the perfect story in 5 episodes, I'm sure. I just want more.
Yeah. Last we spoke, and I still stand by this. Last we spoke, I agree with 10 episodes, and if it's going to be the final one, I think they should do a little. This is my personal take on it. I would do 5 episodes in space, maybe introduce some of the new adventures of He-Man characters, and then have him come back, and then do the final 5 episodes with Snake Men at the bottom, and then leave it open. Dora could be there, but then leave it open when we get She-Ra, and you can leave it open ended like that, and then you'll have an arc of everything in case we don't get a part 3 or part 4.
I think one thing that the big question is, and this kind of goes back to what Maria was saying about what Ted Biaselli said in an interview. They know the story they want to tell. They already have it plotted out. It's just a matter of how they're going to tell that story. Rob David, when I reached out to him after San Diego Comic-Con, he said that, he said animation is currently in development for MOTU, and that they have more story to tell. Now, I don't know if that means animation specifically for this version of MOTU, for the Revolution storyline, but they do have more story of this incarnation to tell.
Because
so
this
whatever
could be
that
the
looks
CGI
like,
version.
Yeah, he could be talking about CGI. He could be talking about something altogether brand new. I mean, I would love to
or he could be just looking for work. I got more story to tell.
Yeah, exactly. So they know the story they want to tell. Now the question is, since Revelation and Revolution is I don't know how to say this without people getting upset, a spiritual successor to the classic era of MOTU. It continues those storylines from the old cartoon while also weaving in more of the lore from the mini comics and the Eternity War comics. Is She-Ra Adora Despara's inclusion, is this going to be her first time meeting her brother, or have they already met? Because we know in the Filmation cartoon, Secret of the Sword already happened, right?
Yeah,
They've already met.
I think it was a mistake. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I know that it's been said multiple times over and over again that this was supposed to be a continuation of something, whether it be Filmation or whether it be the comic books or what have you. I think that this is this own thing. You know how the way I like to look at this is the DCU and the MCU are separate from the comic books and separate from the cartoons and everything. They're all their own unique thing. And I think that really what Ted Biaselli and Kevin Smith and the whole team at the Netflix production house, I think what they've done here successfully, and I am going to say that, successfully created a series of its own. I think this is a beautiful, wonderful new series. And I think that it's pretty evident, at least, because you set it up perfectly, Cole. I don't think that they have any idea that Adora is still alive. You know what I mean? I think she's been taken. I think that was a nod to the fans saying, look, we haven't forgotten you. Okay, this is what happened, and the lore still exists. But
didn't they show the clip of her being kidnapped? So
that's what I'm saying. That was the nod. That was what I meant by that. There's a nod to the fans that yes, we haven't forgotten you, right? But this is not the same thing, because it's not, right? Adora hasn't been released from Shadow Weaver's spell. Adora still has a destiny, but I think they're starting to introduce the other comic line that was actually released a number of years ago. But I think it was under DC Comics at the time, where Despero was actually introduced.
Yes.
And by that notion, if we go that route, and the next scene that's going to happen, the attorney is going to be hit hard in the next couple of episodes, and there's going to be a lot of loss on both sides. It's going to be a pretty tragic.
And even in that storyline, the core heroes basically became fugitives in their own land. Yes. And now that there's no, with the end of Revolution, we saw
spoilers ahead, everybody. Just so
we're in spoiler territory. We're not holding back.
Do they end up? Do they end up on Earth with a guy named?
Okay, yeah. Thankfully, no. Thankfully, they don't.
But He-Man's dissolved the monarchy. Going forward, if it does follow the line of what those comics did, they became fugitives in their own land, and now with no monarchy to hold on to a semblance of power and direction and leadership, I mean, it could be a very chaotic story.
Yeah, but what I'm hoping, coming down to the actual question, right? What I'm hoping for in this is, I need, they've set themselves up for quite the ride, right? And if I hope again they go in a direction of their own. I don't want them to stick entirely to the comic book version, which they can't because, as you said, the monarchy has been dissolved and things are on a different path and different resolution. But I really want to see, and this is not going to be a popular opinion. I'm sorry to say, but it's not. I want to see Adora's story, right? I loved seeing Teela's story. I loved seeing how that developed, right? And I love the fact that He-Man came out when it was important, right? He-Man came out when he was needed. That's again, I've been very vocal about that. I don't understand why people have such a hang up about that. But in my opinion, I want to see Adora taking center stage now, and maybe not center stage, but I want to see her true backstory now, right? Because even in Secret of the Sword, it's not exactly, you see her story, but really it still is more of a fish out of water kind of tale as well. But I really want to see where Despero goes with this, and how that character develops, and how the relationships with Catra and the relationships with Hordak and the relationships with Shadow Weaver, because there was really a mother-daughter opening in Secret of the Secret of the Sword, and it never really happened. You know what I mean? Like Shadow Weaver was setting herself up as a motherly figure, and we never really got to see that. So it'll be interesting to see how that storyline develops, if they're thinking that way.
That's
Yeah,
the pitch.
I want to say
W.
I want to
Go
say
ahead,
that I think this is the first time in MOTU history that the comics are informing the cartoon and vice versa. Like the ones that are coming out right now, and I think they are taking inspiration from the ones that were before. It's like I see Revelation and Revolution as a binding canon. The things on Earth already happened. We know this. Like they have been to Earth and back, as Wildor said. So I don't think they're gonna revisit that. It was enough of a callback for us to know, okay, that really happened, but now they are moving on. And I think that the current thing is that they can complete what they cannot show on the screen, and they have been informing the series with the comics that are coming out. I think they are gonna go into the Spara story. I'm really excited about that. In the Power of the Sword, the conflict was resolved too quickly, and then but it was just an introduction to She-Ra as a different series. And if we think that there's He-Man story, then there's the story of the twins, you would say, and then they move on to She-Ra's story. That would make sense. What Jay says, that it comes to the center of the story, what's happening to the Spara, and also the impact that it has on He-Man and what he understands. I mean, imagine the shock of discovering that you have a sister
Mm-hmm.
that was kidnapped, and she was living in very difficult situation for all her life. I want
She
to see
was
that the emotional
bad.
impact that it has. Yeah, she was she was bad.
Real.
And I don't know. I have a theory. Before. I'm sorry, Cole. But I have a
I just
theory.
need
They are
to say
waiting.
real briefly. Sorry, real briefly.
Yes.
I'm gonna mute myself for a moment. I've got to step out for just a moment, but I'll be right back.
Okay. Sorry. And what was I saying? I have a theory. This is completely unfounded. This is just a crazy fan story. I think they are waiting for DreamWorks rights to expire so that they can reintroduce She-Ra.
To expire.
That's my crazy story.
That'll be so good.
We haven't seen any Masterverse size on the new Eternia Snake Man yet, right? Only in Origins we've seen Snake Man, correct?
Masterverse?
Or I mean, that's the bigger size. We've only seen Snake Man in Origins. We haven't seen Snake Man.
I'm trying to think if that's true.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think you're right.
I don't think so either, right? So
I think that you're right. I think that I don't recall so far, as I know. There's no King Hiss. There's no Rattler. There's no
2000X figures
There-
on Masterverse, are there?
There are four. There are at least four. There's 2000. No, you're right. But that's because the license went to Maria, you are correct. The license has now been revealed as having gone to Mondo. Mondo has the 2000X license. So Maria, you are correct. The 2000X has not been with and it's a shock. It's a shock that 2000X has gone to Mondo instead of Mattel. That is crazy. That is a crazy reveal. And 1/12. That's even crazier. The fact that they're actually 1/12 scale, so they can fit in with your Masterverse figures. It's insane. Absolutely insane. But Hustle, I don't think so. I don't even think we have Cobra Khan as a character in Masterverse, which is
No.
strange at this stage of the game. That's very strange. So yeah, it's interesting to see that.
Has every on Masterverse, those, I'm just going to call it that line, the Masterverse line, those size figures, has every legacy character been released? Yeah, right? Because Beastman, all the main guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it to the chat.
Clawful.
Let's put it to the chat, guys. Does anybody remember if there have been any Snake Men in the Masterverse line? Because I'm having a hard time understanding that. And Hustle just mentioned. Sorry, what was that last part of your question there, Hustle?
I think every original character has been released, like the main.
Well, at least from the first 3 or 4 waves, because they're still Modulok still has not been released yet. Neither has Rio Blast. You know, there's a ton of other characters that still have not actually been released.
Like
we don't have Extendar.
No, Queen Marlena.
Yep. Well, those are secondary characters that still from classics anyway. If you're talking about classics, is still, I think, the biggest toy line in terms of like its overall scale for Master Universe is still the biggest. Like I still think we haven't even gotten close to classics yet. It's crazy. Okay, so Nerd with a Suit says, with the exception of Ka Tila, I don't think so. Yeah, but technically Ka Tila is still not part of the Snake Men, right? She's actually the Green Goddess, which is still like it's a different. She's part of the same faction, but I think Snoutspout Masterverse packaging had some call to Snake Men. Yes, it did. It was really setting up the Snake Men very much. Like we had the Hall of King Hiss in the background. You could definitely tell something was being set up, but I don't think so. I think you're right, Hustle. I don't think any Snake Men have been released for the Masterverse.
Yeah. So I mean, so there's my point being, there's more toys to sell and there's more story to sell in case they want to go that way. In case the producers of the Netflix show, I mean, there's still more story to. Of course, there's always more story, but there's new villains to sell. That's not the Horde, is what I'm trying to get at. Gotcha. Since we haven't released any Masterverse figures yet.
Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with you. I think you're absolutely right. But your thoughts, guys. Let's just go back to the actual thought. What is it you actually want to see in season 3? Like, are any characters, any cameos, anybody who you'd really love to be included in season 3 of? And again, I'm like this. I say this all the time. Pick a title. Is it going to be Revelation or is it going to be Revolution? Like, pick one. Because what are we going to have next? Yeah.
Refrigeration.
This is the thing. What's the next one going to be? Is it going to be Retraction? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have so many
Restoration.
But seriously, guys, who do you want to see? What type of storyline are we looking to for in this particular season 3? What if?
Well,
so
I'm gonna go
don't know
first.
if you guys have. Okay, go ahead.
It's a Canadian standard.
I want to see the relationship between Adam and Tila, because we saw that him and Tila are a thing, but we saw that it was starting, like they were about to kiss when he was Adam, and I have a personal attachment to Tila being with Adam and not necessarily because he is human, right? So I want to see that play out. Like, I really loved the ending and what they did on Revolution, but I need to see Tila, how she is.
We want a baby. Say it, Maria. We want a baby.
Of course. Oh, of course.
We want to see Baby Dare. We want to see Dare.
Yay!
No, I agree with that, Maria. I think they're living together now in Castle Grayskull. Let's see what they're like together. That's right. They're
living in sin.
It's an Eternian scandal of the royal family.
Yeah, witchcraft too.
But let's see a little bit. It doesn't have to be the entire focus, but I think it would be fun to see what their life together looks like.
Guaranteed, there's going to be a lot of jokes, a lot of relatable couple jokes.
Yeah.
most powerful man in the universe left the toilet seat up, stuff like that.
Sure.
I just keep thinking of like a Doctor Strange House of Horrors. You know what I mean? Kind of like you open up the fridge and everything's moving. You know what I mean? Like, because again, the Castle Grayskull isn't exactly a paradise, right? I mean, it's
No.
it's full of secrets and dark corners, and the fact that the sorceress even lives there is like, how the hell do you? And of course, I think the Teela's managed it a little bit better. So when Adam starts showing up, he's like, where the hell is everything? You know what I mean? It's more of a kind of that situation. Maybe she has to pull him out of a whole bunch of situations where he ends up become frisky with the moat monster or something. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Because Duncan's already had his turn. Like he's already him. Those two are like this now. Like it's crazy. So
Adam walks in. Is like, where can I put my action figures?
Yeah, let's see that action figure room.
I'm on board with that.
The actual man cave.
That's right. Yeah. Ray Hernandez says that I want to see a Despara She-Ra storyline. I don't know how much you guys said about it while I was out of the room, but one thing I wanted to say real quickly is I think it would be interesting to see, going with the idea that He-Man and She-Ra have already met in this storyline. What happened to She-Ra and how did she end up back under the control of Hordak? I think would be very interesting. Basically what happened to her when the power disappeared from Eternia when He-Man died. If she was in play at that time on Etheria when the power left, when the sword broke, that's what anchored all the magic, right? And all the power. So what happened to She-Ra at that time? I think that would be an interesting way forward to go with it. But that's just one thought I had. It could be a Secret of the Sword type of storyline where, no, we introduce She-Ra completely and we do her origin story again. I think that's probably more likely, but I'd be interested to see if they took it in a different direction than what we expect.
I am your brother.
He-Man
turns
your
bad.
Sister.
Yeah. But I tell you what I don't want to see. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to see, don't get mad, guys. I don't want to see another Teela Evil Lyn side quest. Not at this point.
You don't want to see more Warrior and the Witch references?
I mean, it's like it was cool. Okay, then we got it the second time. Okay, cool. And then also it's like there's more. I just feel we're taking away from more characters. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the story sucks. I'm just saying personally, I feel let's get a side quest with 2 other different characters. But I know we needed to get Teela to this point.
I'm not even sure that's possible. I mean, Lyn is not part of the Cosmic Protectors now, right?
That's right. She's not even on planet anymore, right?
She's a Zodak now, right? So
yeah. So let's talk about that briefly. That was a big surprise to see her join the Cosmic Enforcers. I think it's pretty awesome
and unexpected.
Mm-hmm. I think that was one of the biggest surprise for me is that she had become part of this group of neutral watchers.
Yeah, because it didn't make sense for her to go back again to the evil side after all that she's been through.
Yeah, she redeemed herself and everything. So we don't want to see her fall back.
But she's not a hero. I mean, not part of the heroic warrior still. It makes more sense to.
And I also don't think she's a completely neutral party. She has very strong opinions and very strong personality. So it would be curious to see what she does with the Cosmic Enforcers.
I think that's going to be the cavalry. He-Man in outer space, the whole his sister thing, whatever. He's in space now. He's not on Eternia, and I think Evil Lyn with the Zodiac guys with the Enforcers, right? Enforcers are the cavalry that comes to help out He-Man at the end.
What else do you want to see?
I think that with it'll be an interesting play because and I find it rather I guess they're going back into the lore because it's the same thing that happened with her storyline parallels what happened with I can't remember his name anymore, but basically the first time we actually saw someone join the Cosmic Enforcers was actually in Filmation, where mostly apparition.
Yes.
Again, somebody help me out here. I can't remember his name, but he actually
I can see I can see his face. I can't remember his
yes,
name.
neither can I. But he actually did help He-Man to find the golden discs, and because of that, he was absolved of his crimes and actually given the chance to join the Cosmic Enforcers. So it actually is there's a precedent there as well, right? Now it'll be interesting to see because he was actually there on the council. We saw him there.
Xanthor.
Yes, Xanthor. We saw Xanthor on the council. So he has actually had quite the career with the Cosmic Enforcers, and it'll be interesting to see what type of trials that Lynn has through, and as is typical of growing pain storylines, she might end up really going against some of the. I mean, it's like the Star Trek thing, right? Like when does the Prime Directive, really take over your morality, right? Like if the Cosmic Enforcers cannot act on this certain situation, what good are they, right? So it'll be interesting to see how she deals with that because as you said, she's very strong-willed, she's very strongly opinionated. Her whole line at one point, is like everybody here's on the good, right? Like I'm undecided, right? I mean, like
Right.
that little nod tells you that she's a little bit of the gray. She's more gray than she is black or white, right? So I really enjoyed that about her character. I think she is one of the most interesting characters in the series. Honestly,
I agree absolutely, because she's so multifaceted. She doesn't, she does things for herself. She's not fully evil. She's allied with Skeletor, but for how long? And she's after her own motivations and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, she's kind of plays both sides so that she always comes out on top. But she is probably one of the most interesting characters in the lore.
And what do you think? Do you think Hordak is really dead?
No.
It's really done?
No. He'll be back. He's in the back to tank, right?
For anybody who's not getting that reference, it's a Star Wars reference.
It's the magic healing thing.
Yeah.
In fiction.
Absolutely.
Nolan says that they just have to bring in Marshall Bravestar.
I love it.
How amazing that would be if Bravestar just showed up, him and Rio Blast.
Here's a question I wanna propose because knowing the the storyline that they're going to try and take, are they going to nerf the Sorceress and the Tri-Sorceress and He-Man? Because
I think they have to.
Yeah, they're super powered right now.
They're super powerful now. And here's my thought. He-Man can still, he's not this super heroic final form He-Man. Like he can still let the power return, right?
Yes.
He can still become Adam. I wonder, could they do something to kind of explain it with his new sword, how it has these different, because we saw how it would charge up as it absorbed power throughout that final fight. Is there something that affects his transformation based on how charged up the sword is in the moment?
I like that.
And it has technology. It has technology, and technology might be corrupted.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Could Hordak or Horde Prime infect some type of Horde virus into the sword to affect him? And not only that, with Teela in her Tri-Sorceress form, she's combined the three staves together, right? If Skeletor is going to make his comeback, he's going to need his Havoc staff back. That's his iconic weapon.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I think that's how you nerf Teela is Skeletor gets his staff back. She reverts back to whether it's the Snake Sorceress or the classic Zoar Falcon Sorceress, but power him down a little bit, give him some stakes.
And I'm wondering if there's if there's a way somehow to tie back the line where somehow the Tri-Sorceress staff breaks apart again, and all of a sudden Tila's trapped in the castle one more time, right, for the whole
Sure.
series. And then basically it's that's actually the quest. You know what I mean? Where in order to free Tila from her bonds, Adam, who's now nerfed, because of for however they decide to write it, needs to go on a quest to actually find out who he is and who the truth of his destiny and the truth of his lineage with Despera. And it'll be really interesting because Randor is no longer here to tell the tale.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to hear Marlena's side of what happened during that time. I think that's really a fascinating opportunity for us to see how Marlena took the grief of losing one of her children, right? And then the sorceress, did she cast a spell on the entire world to make everybody forget?
Right.
There's just so many questions, right? So many freaking questions.
And not only does the sorceress use magic to erase people's memories, Hordak uses his own means to erase memories and to manipulate memories. So I wonder if that also has some type of aspect. Going back to what I said originally, I kind of would like to see this not as a origin story for She-Ra, but kind of a continuation of her already existing in this space with some type of memory manipulation having occurred, because I just find it very kind of heartbreaking that if Adora comes back and has never known her parents, Randor's already dead and she doesn't get to meet her father in this, in this storyline.
True.
I think it would be a little bit more satisfying if she's lost her memories, and when she regains her memories, she remembers her family in a way because she's met them.
I'm also wondering, though, knowing that the Grayskull is a portal to different dimensions, and we do know that there is a passage between Grayskull and Preternia. We know that,
right?
Right? It's a one-way passage, but it is a passage. So I'm wondering if, much like they've done in the past, that you can open up a mirror or a window and just speak to the spirits of the past, right? That's possibly true, and maybe it's her great prize to finally. Maybe that's the whole resolution at the end. But I don't know. I'm spitballing right now. But I think maybe that might come into play to help her awaken. Maybe that's actually the key, right? Maybe
Sure.
she needs to meet and have that regret, right? And maybe even have that moment where she's like, how could you leave, like, Father, why didn't you come for me? You know what I mean? That anger.
Why did you leave
Right?
me?
Why did I understand why mother couldn't come for me. Why didn't you come for me? Right? Like and then he has to explain, I'm a king. I have to stay here, right? My people, it was between one person versus the entire world, right? Kind of situation, right? So it's an interesting.
I also want to see. I don't know if you guys mentioned this earlier. I don't know if you guys mentioned this earlier, but I kind of want to see some weight applied to Adora and what she's done in service to Hordak. She's done some bad things. I don't want it to just be glossed over to be like, oh no, it's She-Ra, she's back. She's a good guy, so we're going to forgive all of those crimes. I think that's one thing that the DC comics did very well, was it really addressed the trauma that she had having known what her crimes were. She committed genocide. She committed genocide in the name of Hordak under his banner.
Spoilers ahead.
Yeah, I mean, spoilers from the 2012 comics. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how she deals with it, and that whole storyline ends with Adam telling her she should stay on Eternia with her family. And she says, no, I need to go and make things right because I did some horrible things on Etheria and I need to go there and make atonement. Right. I like that kind of elevated storytelling. And I think it's a little bit more mature. I don't know how to say it eloquently. I think
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be the philosopher's tale, right? It's going to be, is absolution an actual attainable goal? Right, because there are people who have done atrocities. No, Maria, go ahead.
I think she froze. Did we lose her?
Yeah, we lost her.
Okay, I didn't see none of you guys moving. I'm like, nobody's
No,
blinking.
she's moving.
She's
what am I
talking.
calling?
I think her mic.
Maria, is your mic up? Can you check your mic?
Um,
Yep,
I-
you're back.
I think
Okay, there she is.
if we have season 3, which we are so hopeful for, I don't think we get to see Shira. Oh,
I know what she's saying.
Yeah, there's a
Tila
delay.
needs
There's a
to bigger
massive,
boobs.
massive delay. There's a massive delay.
no.
Here she goes. Here she
It was.
goes.
I think it's my internet. I mean, okay. I think it was the connection.
Okay.
Well, I think that if we get season 3, and it's gonna be at the end. By the end of it, she's not gonna get to be Shira. She's gonna get to be Adora again. I think that's the arc that they're going for. She's gonna be the Sarah all the way around.
I agree, and that's why I'm sticking to my script, my story. He-Man's going to be in space. While he's in space, snake people are doing stuff to mess with Tila and what you guys were mentioning before to depower them. And then He-Man comes back with his sister, who's her atonement is, hey, let me help free Eternia with you.
I like that. I like that.
I'm aboard with all those types of storylines, and thank you, Maria, because that really helped to bring everything into a cohesive package. At the end of the day, I'm just, like, if there's any chance, and I think actually, Colt, you're the one who discovered this, right? Your little where is that? Is it on your Facebook page? You posted something, a bit of a reveal, right?
On Twitter, I believe.
Was it Twitter?
Yeah,
Or was it, I saw it on.
She was pregnant thing you posted.
What's your Twitter again, Colt?
Just at Red Pyramid 9.
Hashtag Orko. It wasn't me.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So basically,
you're talking about what Rob Davids had to say, right?
Yes. Where is it? Where'd it go?
It'll be down. Keep scrolling.
Where is it? It's here somewhere.
Almost there. Almost
I'm
there.
almost there. There it is. No, that's not it.
Nope. Keep going.
The Revolution.
Right about. We're almost
Tell
there.
me.
Masters
Right
of the
there.
Universe.
Whoop, there it
Right
is.
Freaking.
So here you go, guys. Big news, and this is something that if you haven't already heard the spoilers ahead, go ahead, read it, Colt.
So I reached out to Rob David, Mattel Creative VP, about MOTU and continuing the revolution. He replied, he said, "Hi, Colt, I can confirm to you what I said at SDCC. We do have more MOTU animation in development, and also that when it comes to Revolution, there's more story to tell."
Holy crap.
So something's brewing. We don't know, and this is kind of what I was referring to earlier. We don't know for sure if this means that more Revolution animation is in development, but we do know that there is more story to tell and there's more animation in development. So
sounds like two shows are in the holster.
It very possibly could be. We could be getting something more beyond Revolution. But for our purposes here, I want to see a season 3.
Me too.
And I hope that's what we get.
In whatever iteration is, I loved the CG version. I thought that it deserved a season.
It was fun.
Right?
It did. And it was kind of going the same route. Like the art book reveals that they were going to reveal Despara in the CGI cartoon as well. I would have liked to see it continue. I thought it was a very fun series. Ursina Caranosa, did I pronounce that correctly? She says hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm excited. No matter what, anytime I hear something along those lines, I'm just over the moon. Any MOTU, any new MOTU for me is not a bad thing. I think that that's something I think we can all agree on. I think that it's just an exciting time to be a Master Universe fan.
I think so too.
I don't think we've ever had this much Master Universe in our lives since the 80s.
I think it's more than what we had in the 80s, actually.
Yeah.
We've got so much MOTU right now.
Besides
says
the,
she
besides the
wants
toys in the
the-
cartoon back. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we want to see the wedding animated. I agree. I want to see He-Man and Teela. I want Adam and Teela married on screen. Give it to me.
I wonder if that's an in. I wonder if they're about to get married and all of a sudden the Horde returns. Wouldn't that be like a crazy introduction? I think
It starts off with the wedding, and then the wedding is crashed. That'd be amazing.
That would be
Game of
great.
Thrones style.
Yeah, and
It is Netflix.
the weight of the loss would be so crazy because, as we know, those of you who have taken a look at the comics, the first wave, led by Dispara. Oh man,
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Ridiculous. Oh my god, that was insane.
I gotta go back and revisit those.
Yeah,
for sure.
they're fun. But yeah, that would be a cool way to kick it off. Kick it off with the wedding being crashed.
Or Teela pregnant already, complaining.
I don't know if I want to see Teela barefoot and pregnant in Castle Grayskull for season 3.
Adam, where are you? Not her again.
So we're pushing up on the 2-hour mark. I think we've covered quite a lot today. Is there any final thoughts that you guys have?
Yeah, before we start doing our salutations and things, I wanted to quickly pull this up.
Please, no Teela Prego. Come on, Whitney.
Just because we didn't have a chance to react to these last few slides. These come from our good friends over at toyhabits.com, another wonderful toy news resource. Guys, check them out. Toyhabit.com. Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah. So obviously we saw this section. There again is Ram Man. Awesome. Really looking stout and ready to go. I love and the Shikoti reference. It's just crazy. And then we saw
cosplay, man. Many faces. Nah, he looks good. He looks good. But you know what? He looks at the cosplayer guy. No, they're just like.
And then of course we have Montana, looking so great. I love the four legs. They're really reutilizing those very, very well. Katra again, and again, this is a paint master. You can see again, they're not doing well under the hot lights. The transform form. But then the big reveals happened on the day I wasn't there. So Voltak, and there they are, by the way. Those are those two little guys from the show. But then the big reveal happened. Hordak. Oh my god.
Good old Hordak. And he looks awesome.
My god. He looks incredible. Like his actual out of all of the cartoon collection so far, I think he came out incredibly well. Like he looks beautiful.
Yeah, he looks really cool.
Does he snort?
Oh, of course he does.
That's what he's doing right now. All I see him is
that head sculpt is just
you know, and I gotta say, I'm an older fan. I'm in my 40s now. I love seeing these classic designs on these characters coming back. It's so fun to see these old cartoon designs of Hordak and She-Ra and all the other ones. I think that's what has me the most excited. It's really hitting that nostalgia nerve in my body.
I'm really excited about this particular Hordak. He's everything I've wanted in a classic figure, in an Origins figure. And at the panel, it was revealed you just like every other Origins figure, you can take his head off, and you can have him with Skeletor's head, He-Man's head. So it's going to be great to see.
Does he come with with a little rocket ship? You put his head on the rocket ship. Oh, come on!
I hope so.
Just like the size of the cat, the size of that little cat, making a rocket ship, and you put Hordak's head on it.
That'd be fun. I think this is something we need to talk about real briefly. The property rights of He-Man and She-Ra. I think that's the biggest thing that is making things so difficult, is trying to get the rights to get these characters on screen together again. Everybody's saying they want to see She-Ra in season 3, but there is the real issue of how do these rights negotiations work? And obviously none of us have any insight into that. But I think that's why things have been so quiet lately, and why we haven't really heard much, is because they're just isn't a lot to reveal just yet, because those, if they are moving forward with the season 3, and if they are moving forward with the idea of putting He-Man and She-Ra together again, they've got to be negotiating like hell with these rights.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Maria.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. I think it's better. My connection is better now. Yeah, I think that happened because for a while the franchise was dormant, really dormant. That's what I think, for about 20 years. And so what Mattel did is, okay, so I will license you a part of it, and another part of you to another company, without thinking that it will revive in the way that it has, maybe.
Right.
And now that is basically exploding. Now you have to regroup the rights. I think that's what we're seeing now. So that's why I said at the beginning that they're waiting for DreamWorks rights to expire so that it can bring She-Ra again in this. And I hope it happens, you know.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I think, you know, we're past the 2-hour marks. Is there anything else that, any final thoughts on what we've been talking about today?
Keep it going. Just me overall, just keep it going, man. Anything you give out looks good so far. Give us more, give us more. The more you give us, the more, you know, everybody knows about it. And MOTU keeps living. Like we talk about, like Turtles and even Transformers, for that matter. Every generation has their own version of Transformers.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
I mean, I know. It's just keep it going.
Yeah, I echo that sentiment. I think more Masters of the Universe is a good thing. I love seeing all the toy lines that we're getting right now. I love seeing all the comics that we're getting right now. I love the idea of possibly more animation projects moving forward. I have a sneaking suspicion that we might see a Turtles of Grayskull animated project.
That's what I'm here. I'm the feeling also, or even Thundercats for that matter.
Yeah, even Thundercats. But I mean, it would make perfect sense to do something like that, and I think it would be amazing. You know, but yeah, more MOTU. If we get more Revolution, that's even better, because I think it's really revitalized the fandom.
Hold on, Cole. The fact that we're here talking that there might be a speculation of a Ninja Turtles MOTU cartoon or movie or whatever, that they're already crossing over. It's a crazy time we're living in, you know?
It is. Yeah, it's incredible. These are my 2 favorite franchises, He-Man and Ninja Turtles, and they're officially together. And we have a full, 4-issue miniseries comic that's coming in September, I believe, from Tim Seeley and Freddie Williams. This is in addition to the mini comics that they're including with the toys. You know, this is a full-blown comic event that's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, it's my 2 favorite franchises, and they're finally together, and I couldn't be happier. I just feel like I'm living in a dream some days.
Me too. When I'm giving blood for money to buy these toys, I'm all
exactly
disoriented. I feel like I'm living in the dream. They're like, all right, buddy, time to leave. I'll see you next week.
Exactly.
But
what about you, Maria? Do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, something that we did not talk about, and maybe we will have to revisit this topic later, is the live action movie. We have a date. We didn't hear anything about it at San Diego, but we have a date. So there's hope, and maybe we can talk about what we would like to see, what we wouldn't want to see, and what might happen. And so there's a lot of MOTU going on. It's revitalized. And I think a lot of this revival has to do with, like you said, this Netflix show. And well, I think if this is the effect that this show had on the brand, on the franchise, it should get a season 3. Mattel should definitely push for a season 3.
Just adding on to Maria, just adding on to Maria. Amazon MGM has dated the Mattel film for June 5th, 2026. June 5th, 2026, worldwide theatrical release. So it is going to the movie houses. That's cool.
Which is so cool. But like I always joke, I'll believe it when I'm sitting in the theater watching the end credits.
No, what I always say, I won't believe it. I still won't believe it even after I've seen it 3 times.
Exactly.
This is fake, man. This is fake.
I really like what Thanos Copter has to say about this, and Mattel should give the MOTU animation the DC treatment and do regular release animated features. I think that would be fantastic.
We saw the Turtles, Batman and Turtles.
Yeah, the Batman Turtles thing was amazing. That was such a fun movie. Let's do that.
I never read that story in the comic books, but I caught the film and the cartoon, and I was like, this is awesome, man.
Yeah, it was great. And then we also got the Turtles Forever animated movie a few years ago, where it was a big multiverse story, one of the best multiverse stories in recent years, I will say. But yeah, if Mattel,
there's so much that can be done.
There's so much they could do.
Yeah, there's
so many different stories they could tell.
I mean, you could think of anything, and you could just attach, MOTU to it. So
I agree. William Randall says there's no hope for a MOTU feature film until we see an official trailer.
I still won't believe it.
Exactly.
The guy making the movie could bring me to his house in a white van to see the trailer. I still won't believe it.
We all get invited to the premiere and we still won't believe it.
No. As we all walk out crying.
Exactly. Whether we're crying because it was good or because it was bad, we'll just have to
or the white van.
So yeah, Jay, do you have any kind of final thoughts as we?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had to open the door.
That's okay. That's okay.
Honestly, I'm just excited about more Master of the Universe, regardless. You know what I mean? Pardon me. Whether it's cartoons or toys, like this She-Ra is just looking incredible. I'm just excited, right? And what the future holds. I mean, we had a great wish list today. A lot of people in the chat are obviously excited. Master Universe continues to go strong, and you know what? They're dedicated to finishing the Origins retro line. They're dedicated to continuing the Origins cartoon line, and the Turtles of Grayskull just keeps kicking ass. And of course,
it's so much fun. So much fun.
All these Masterverse reveals, just incredible. So I'm over the moon. Very excited. Thank you, Colt, for having us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing.
And again, I want to echo what Jay said. Thank you to everybody in the chat for joining us and giving their thoughts. This is what makes this fandom so special, is that we have a good, positive community, and I think that's something that we all can focus on moving forward. Is just be happy and be positive, even when we do complain about things. It's okay to complain about things, but just move forward with positivity, I think, is kind of my final thoughts on what's going on. To everybody who's joined me today, Jay, Maria, George, thanks to all of you for spending your Sunday morning with me. We spent 2 hours doing this, guys, over 2 hours.
No, please keep going, or else I got to go do dishes and chores.
I mean, we could. I could talk MOTU all day, and I like Maria's idea of coming back sometime and possibly talking about what we want to see from a He-Man movie, as we gear up for the excitement around that. Can
you imagine that story, He-Man from New York going to?
Oh man, where he's like a Wall Street.
I'm walking here. I got the power of Grayskull. I'm walking here. How you doing?
Oh, so bad.
That's what that sounds like, people.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, thank you to all of you. You guys all do wonderful things in this fandom. Maria, I always love reading your stories and seeing your customs. Can't wait to see more of them. Jay, you've got a good finger on the pulse when it comes to getting the news out about the toys and all the things we have to look forward to. Your coverage at Comic-Con was greatly appreciated to those of us who can't make it. And George, I've loved getting to know you and becoming friends with you. I love seeing your stuff pop up. I saw that you recently did a little trailer reaction with the Daniel Benedict Fall of Grayskull.
It's good stuff. Yeah,
those are
yeah,
good
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Those are some good people. And
Really
that's
nice.
another thing I'll say. If you guys want to see that fan film come to fruition, go back that project. It's in the final days of its Kickstarter. So
There was filming real quick. When I interviewed them, I had a couple of the cast on. The stuff we did that I didn't post was just, I could just keep pulling clips and clips. It was just us laughing, talking about MOTU, talking about the experience. And it was Colt knows, and Maria knows. I have them, and I like to joke around a lot and everything. So having that where everybody was just on the same page and that vibe, and just shows you want to support them more. You know what I'm saying? You want to support them more in creating their project. But yeah, check it out. Fall of Grayskull, Rise of the Horde. They got a Kickstarter out right now.
yes.
Oh, are they
Yeah.
are they on the final few days? Like
They're on the I think they've got like what 20 days left.
Yeah.
It's getting close. It's getting close to the end, and I know they haven't reached their mark yet.
Yeah, no, just look it up. It's Fall of Grayskull. Just look up Fall of Grayskull Kickstarter, and it'll come up on a search.
You know what? I'll talk to I'll talk to Toy Habits. Maybe we can start putting some stuff together for them. I don't know, because with a Kickstarter, it's kind of tricky, right? Like anything else, right? Because not really sure where it lands in the obviously Mattel's been very good about not touching anything, so it's really luckily, right? But when you talk about that amount of money, it starts to get a little bit interesting. But I would love to talk to them about what's happening, because
based on my conversation with them on their Kickstarter page, there's a whole pie graph where all the money's going to, what's allocated to, what their different tiers are. So Daniel and his group, they've been very good and clear to let you know, if you're being a part of this is how much you can get for what you donate for, and where the actual money's being divvied up. Yeah, they're very. I'm proud of them doing that. That they're up front. Then they got on the front page, they have a whole graph. Money's going here, money's going here, money's going here, and this is why we need everything. So props on them for that, because I would be the same thing when I started talking to them. I wanted to know, how legit is this? If people are going to lose out if this doesn't work. Look, they've raised. When I had them on 2 weeks ago, they were at 130. They were at 30 backers, I think, or 130 backers.
Yeah, they've got a way. They've got a ways to go. And so if we can spread the news about these guys. Jay, you're muted.
Sorry about that. $30,975, 168 backers, $250,000 goal. Is this a one and done, or is this flexible funding? Because
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, it's all or nothing. It says right there. All right, so yeah, guys, definitely check out this project. It's a He-Man and She-Ra fan film sequel, Fall of Grayskull 2. I saw the trailer. The first film is available on YouTube if you want to check it out. And yeah, I would talk to these guys at some point. Daniel Benedict and I know at least one of the cast members, Rebecca McDonald. She's doing all their cosplay and stuff. So I mean, she's an incredible cosplayer.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
there's a tier to have a non-speaking role, and there's a tier on the Kickstarter, two of them, to be part of the Horde and to be part of the Royal Guard and have speaking lines in the movies too. So it's not just, there's a lot of stuff you go through it. I mean, it's really cool. All the way from figures to VHS tips, just so much stuff they're offering.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't reached out to any of us to try and get
like we were saying, George has chatted with the cast, with some of the cast members. I recently did an interview with the actress who plays Tila, Mercedes. And hopefully this week I'll be talking with Daniel Benedict. We've been chatting back and forth, trying to set up a time to where I can chat with him and interview him. So hopefully that'll come this week. I need to talk to him today, actually.
Yeah,
I told Daniel, man, you just got to keep showing that clip of Battle Cat. He goes, "Oh, it's in silhouette. It's first time we've seen a live action Battle Cat." So.
But I'm kind of surprised he hasn't reached out to Maria or myself or I mean, like, Colt's taking the initiative, right? But to be honest with you, this has gone on. I was in San Diego, so I had no clue. And then all of a sudden, people are throwing this at me. They're like, "Have you heard of Fall of Grayskull 2?" And they're like, "I watched Fall of Grayskull 1, but I didn't even know they were doing it 2." So yeah, I mean, like, he's they've got 24 days left. They should definitely go on the interview circuit. Get
Definitely.
some more coverage on this. I mean, like that's crazy. Like I might just do a review of the trailer myself now because they're running out of time. I didn't know that I thought.
Speaking of time, hey guys, I gotta get going. It's like
Yeah,
past
yeah.
2. I don't mean to abrupt you, but it's like I got.
No,
people coming
you're
up.
right. We need to wrap it up.
Absolutely, 100%.
So, hey man, I want to thank you. My name is George for 757 Hustle Show. Data Arms, thank you so much. My man Jay, Maria Dos Locas, thank you for seeing you again. I don't mean to cut off, but I got somebody coming up. Yeah, Maria Dos Locas, she knows what I'm talking about. So, but yeah,
Hey,
man, brothers,
thanks a lot, George.
thank you
Thanks,
so
George.
much,
Thank
man.
you.
I'll be talking to you guys real soon. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, we'll see you. Okay, so yeah, back to what you were saying, Jay. I think what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, like we have a bit of reach, so
Mhm.
I'm as as everybody knows, we're all about MOTU, right? We're all and a project like that, with the kind of hopes and dreams, right? Because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not that excited about the next MOTU movie, right? I'm not really that excited about it. So something like this, which has obviously the love and passion behind it, I would love to get behind it, but it's one of these things where, like I said, I've been so busy that it kind of flew over under my radar. And now, people are like, "Oh, it's running out of time," and I'm like, "Oh crap!" Well, I'll see what I can do, and again, hopefully, I can reach out to other toy tubers to see if they'd be interested in covering this, because again, it's one of those we're all sort of at our wits' end. They're covering so many different things, right? So
Right,
we
exactly.
only have so much time of the day, but it also helps if the if the team behind us, reaches out, because I've covered other projects before, which are sort of disconnected from me. People, I hope to help any way I can. I think that's really the big thing. But anyway, guys,
Sure.
check out the Fall of Grayskull 2 on Kickstarter. I think it's a great project. So
Yeah. So, well, again, as we wrap up here, thank you both so much for joining me today, and I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. You guys are both
Okay.
wonderful. I love you both.
we love
So,
you,
yeah.
Cole. We love you.
Oh, thank you. So this has been all of us talking about what we want to see in a possible season 3, as well as a lot of toy talk. Again, I am Dad at Arms. Please go like, subscribe, follow, and support. Also support my wonderful guests. You guys want to tell them where to find you? Go ahead, Maria.
You can find me. You can find me on YouTube. It's Maria Dos Lunas. That's the name of the channel. And also, you can find me on Facebook and on Wattpad and fiction.
Awesome. Thank you.
For
Jay.
me, guys, for me, guys, just you need to subscribe to Dad Arms, and of course Maria Dos Lunas. Wonderful toy tubers, wonderful content creators. They are covering everything Master Universe fan fiction. You guys are going to love their content. If you haven't already, please subscribe to both their channels, Dad at Arms and of course Maria Dos Lunas. Myself, of course, Mega J Retro. You can always find me on Mega J Retro on YouTube and of course all the social medias. But guys. This has been an incredible morning. I can't believe I woke up this early. Holy crap! So it's amazing. I'm functioning at a certain level here, guys. So you gotta forgive me. But no, huge thanks to Colton and everybody, guys. It's been amazing. And let's do this again sometime. I think that
Absolutely.
the chat, you guys, getting up this early in the morning. What an amazing. We couldn't get to all your questions. We're sorry about that. But seriously, let's do this again. It's so much fun.
It's fun. This is a blast. So, all right. You guys have a great day. Good journey.
Good journey. Geek proud.
Same to you.